Welcome back, folks. We are on Tony Baloney still, the little stalker. We're still in the bar doing side quests. And today we're going to be doing the Souls of the Dead, which is for the RPD. And we're going to be doing it from the Stalker side. And we're also going to be getting Firebrands RPD so that you can see the difference between that one and Hystrix's. I know it's considered the lesser of the two guns, but I don't really care. It is what it is. But you're going to be talking to Captain in the bar here. He's sitting upstairs right beside all the vendors and the courier. So let's go ahead and get this going. Listen to the story. Keep listening. And tell him you're lying, old man. And now you get the quest Souls of the Dead. And say, we'll see. So we have to find the odd light. And you have to do this all the way over in the forest. And you have to go at midnight. You have to go late at night. So it's almost midnight right now. So we're going to head over there. And I will see you guys here in just a second. All right, we are down in the forest. And like I said, it's going to be right here. It's not hard to find the area you need to go to. But be careful because bandits have to come over here for the same exact quest. And it's going to be out in the middle of this little swamp area. And at the right time, Firebrand will spawn in all these candles right here. So talk to Firebrand. Is everything okay, dude? Why are you sitting here alone and why did you light the candles? Says he's lost his brother in the radar. In the radar, there's no way in, is there? All right, so long. And he says we found a way in together with Hystrix through the transport tunnels, but we didn't make it to the end. So you say, what happened? And you say, come on, buddy, you can't keep everything to yourself. Tell me. And he says that they all three went in there and he lost consciousness. He remembers bits and pieces. The last thing he remembers is Hystrix emptying half of a clip into Splinter, which is his brother. How did you get out? He says, Hystrix pulled me out. He said there was some bubble there. It threw us out into the forest. He says that Hystrix assures me that he has no brother. Splinter never existed. And so you say, are you sure you had one? Maybe it was a hallucination due to the psi impact. And now you get the quest North Wind. I can look for some confirmation for you in exchange for information on how to get into the radar. So now Souls of the Dead is complete, and you get two quests. You get an incredible story and the gig looking for evidence. I'll let you know if I find anything. And to find evidence, we are going back to the bar. We have to go all the way back and talk to Captain at the bar who gave us the quest in the first place. So I'm going to run back, and I will see you guys here in a second. Alrighty, we're back at the bar, going up here to talk to Captain. Hello again. He asked me when I went to the swamps to see about the lights, did I see any miracles of the zone? Not exactly. And he says, well, you better get to doing some detective work after we told him about Firebrand. Thanks, I'll see what I can find. And now an incredible story is complete and we get the gig Hystrix. Do you have any other ideas about where to look for evidence? And then we get the quest, the gig gear. So now we have to talk to the bartender, which is Romeska right here. I'm here on business. I have some questions. Can you answer them? I need your help. Do you keep track of what you've sold and how many? I need to know how many supplies Hystrix bought for his group. And he says, why do you think I'd tell you that? Because he's a friend of mine. And you say, well, here's 2,000 rubles. I'm wondering if there were enough supplies for 3 people. And he says, very unlikely. They didn't take a lot. Hystrix was yakking away saying they were traveling light since they had a long way to go. Did they take any special goods? And he says that they took rope, but he doesn't know why because there's a lot of it lying around the zone. So that completes the quest, the gig gear. Now we still have the quest, the gig Hystrix. So now we got to go talk to Hystrix, which is going to be in the bottom southeast corner down here on the top floor. So let's run over there. And he's sitting back here in a chair. Hi, Hystrix. I found your partner, Firebrand. He says, my former partner, he refuses to communicate with me anymore. I'm interested to hear your version of the trip to the radar. So he says, I suppose he's already told you his pack of lies about his brother. He doesn't have any brothers, and no one has ever seen him. You can ask any of the local drunks yourself. So you say, why does Firebrand remember him? He says, fuck knows, must have fucked with his head and caused a glitch in his memory. I haven't tried to prove it to him. He just keeps saying that I killed his brother. I promised to help him figure the situation out. Can you provide any proof that Splinter never existed? So now the gig Hystrix is complete and you get the gig questioning locals. So we're going to go back to the bar and talk to all the peoples. There should be 3 people to talk to, and you're just going to ask them if they remember Splinter. So the first guy is going to be the one up here by the courier. He's just sitting here. He's just a guest. Hey man, do you know Firebrand? Yes, I know him. Have you heard about his brother? He goes by Splinter. Never talked about his brother. Got it? Thanks. The next one is going to be sitting right across from Captain. Hey man, do you know Firebrand? And he is hammered, so he can't talk. And the very last one's going to be sitting over here by where you charge your metal detector. And he's just a drunkard. Hey dude, have you ever heard of Splinter? He's Firebrand's brother. He says he knows of somebody named Splinter in the dump. So now the gig questioning locals is complete, and you get 2 more quests, the gig bartender and the gig Splinter from the dump. Now we go back and talk to the bartender. I'm here on business. I have some questions. Can you answer them? Do you happen to remember Splinter? He's Firebrand's brother. And he says, does Firebrand have a brother? I've never heard of him. No Splinter's ever been to my bar, I'm sure of it. So now the gig Bartender is complete. Got it, thanks. And now we turn right back around and talk to Captain for the quest Splinter from the dump. Is it possible to find Splinter somehow through his PDA? He says that's a great idea. I know an old crick who can hack into anything. It doesn't work for free though. If it helps, then I will. And now we get the gig, getting info about the PDA. And how much will I owe him? And he says it's going to cost 2,000 rubles. So a reasonable price, pay the 2,000. Now the quest, the gig, getting info about the PDA is complete. The gig, Splinter from the dump is complete. And you get the quest, the gig, Twin Brothers. And he gives us 2 waypoints in the dump that are PDAs belonging to a person named Splinter. So we have a first waypoint down here, which is southwest of where it actually says the dump. And then we have one way over here, which is kind of almost directly east, but just a little bit north of where it says the dump. I'm going to head down there and go to those 2 waypoints, and I will see you guys here in a second. Alrighty, we're in the dump. We are at the second waypoint because it was the closest one when I was zoned in. And this fella right here is named Splinter. Do you go by Splinter? Relax, I'm looking for a guy. You don't seem like him at all. You haven't heard of Hystrix and Firebrand, have you? All right, so long. Seriously, dude? Apparently you're not immune to people shooting you while you're in that conversation, so that's good to know. All right, we made it all the way back up here. I can't talk to this guy again, so I guess that conversation's done. I'm gonna head on over to the first waypoint. I'll see you guys here in a second. Alrighty, we're pretty close to the first waypoint for the gig Twin Brothers. And it's just gonna be up here on this hill under the radio tower. Search the corpse, and that ends the gig Twin Brothers. And now we got the gig Evidence Against. Rest in peace. And now we're just returning to Firebrand. So I'm gonna run all the way back up there, and I will see you in a second. All right, we're back over in the forest, heading over to talk to Firebrand again. I've made some progress with my investigation. Nothing good. No one at the bar has seen Splinter. You only took supplies for 2 people, and his PDA doesn't exist in the zone. You at least need some evidence to back up your story, though. So now North Wind is complete, the gig Evidence Against is complete, and you get the Radar Transport Tunnel quest. The tunnel is dangerous. I need more information about it. So now we get the gig Underground. So you can ask him all these if you really want to. Says it's contaminated with strong bioinfection. Recommend taking a hazmat suit. Snorks. I still have some questions. I'll see if I can find it. So now we have to go up to the graveyard for the next part of the quest. All right, we went back to the bar to get prepared to go and do the gig Underground. I went back and grabbed the 2 crates of frag grenades that you get at the beginning of the game. Total of 40 grenades. If you don't have these, you can take 40 grenades. The last time I did this on the Bandit, it only took me 26 grenades, I think. But I've seen in the comments, some people said it didn't work at all. So we're going to take these and try them. And if it doesn't work, we're going to do it the old fashioned way and jump down there and just kill him. Make sure your suit has at least 100 psi protection, because most of the little area in the instance you're going to be in is psi 1. So make sure you got that. It's a bonus if you have Bio 2 and Rad 2, because the water in there is Rad 2. And when you first drop down, there's a small little Bio 2 area, but you can do without those. You'll be completely fine as long as you have at least 100 psi protection on your suit for the instance zone. You can get by without having the Bio 2 and the Rad 2. But just a heads up before you get all the way over there and realize you need that. But with that being said, I'm going to make the long run over to the graveyard, and I'll see you guys here shortly. All right, we are over in the graveyard, and our zone in is right here, so we're just going to skirt around to the right. And it's going to be right up here. It's not very hard to get to as a stalker, but watch out for black holes, because there's usually one somewhere. There it is. There's usually one somewhere on the way. And we're going to this door right here. All right, once you get inside here, make sure you interact with this table, the food leftovers, because if you don't do this, you don't get credit. You can go through this whole thing and touch the body in the backpack, but when you zone out, you still won't get credit. You have to touch this food leftovers on the way by and investigate the trash. Now you can carry on. You can shoot this guy on the top of the, whatever this is, the train, from the window here. And there's going to be zombies underneath you need to kill, which you can kill. I'm pretty sure you can kill all of them before you even jump down. This is a Bio 2 area down here though, so once you jump down, run forward. Don't get in the water. That's Rad 2 if you don't have a Rad 2 suit. You should be able to skirt past this black hole right here on the right. Now there's going to be a bunch of snorks right here. Sometimes they'll fall in this pit and you won't have to deal with them too much. The pit will kill them. Sometimes you're unlucky like I was there and 2 of them actually made it through. Make sure you're using your bolts because there's lots of black holes around here. All right, once you get up here, you're going to be jumping on the top of this little car. So just charge, jump it up. This whole thing is going to be black holes. You can move up here a little bit, but I usually stand right here at the front of these little boards. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to throw your grenades at that. You should be hitting the corner of where this brown pipe and this concrete pillar intersect right there, because you're wanting to hit that corner and you want the grenade to drop straight down like that one did. And you're just going to chunk grenades. So that was 8. This will be 10. And you're essentially wanting to do this until a teleport bubble pops up right here. So this will be 14. And you also have to be very careful. You want to hit it right in the corner there, because you see how that one bounced off both sides and then falls pretty much straight down. If you're too far to the right or the left, the grenade will bounce either way over here or way back this way. I'm going to hit the wrong spot right here to show you what I'm talking about. See, that one bounced way over this way. And that's not what you want. You want it to hit both of the sides and kind of fall straight down. So that was 22 grenades so far. So this will be 24 after I throw these 2. That's 26. This is how many it took me on my first playthrough. Still nothing. That should be 28. $30. $32. Oh, there it goes. See, that time it took 32. So it depends on how lucky you get. My bandit playthrough, I guess I got extremely lucky. It only took me 26 grenades. But once that's done, you're going to want to back up as far as you can here. And you're going to have to jump through these black holes. Just aim that direction, though. Like, you want to head toward that portal. If you go to the right, there's another black hole just down there, and it'll suck you into it. So back up a little smidge here. And you can kind of skirt over the top. Come interact with the corpse. It says the corpse doesn't have a backpack. Might be worth looking around. So now you're going to be jumping just on this side. So the corpse is on the other side. You're going to come to this side, back up as far as you can to the wall and jump. And the trampoline will shoot you directly into this teleport. Now once you're here, It's going to update and say I can't get past this cave-in. The tunnel may have once led to the radar, but I'll never know. The zone is keeping its secrets. You're going to go to the door to the left here. Do not go in the teleport yet. Go around to the left. Large backpack on the ground. That completes the gig underground, and now you get the gig finale. Now you can go through the teleport. So you walk through the teleporter, and it dropped me out in the cordon of all places. That's a first. Didn't even know this was a possibility. Oh shit, I'm a stalker. I'm headed to the bandit base. Okay, so it dropped me out in the cordon, and now we get to the point where we can either talk to Firebrand or we can talk to Hystrix. I'm gonna go back and talk to Hystrix, but we will be siding with Firebrand this time. So I'm gonna make that run, and I will see you guys here in a second. Alrighty, we are back at the bar going to talk to Hystrix, which again is going to be in the far southeastern corner on the upper floor. Hello again. A visit to the tunnel found evidence that Splinter really was with you. Do you have anything to say? He asked, are we going to go to Firebrand? This isn't looking so good for me. All right, kid, I'll tell you how it went down. Maybe then you'll understand. I'm listening. Then he says there really were 3 people that went off, didn't encounter any issues, but as soon as the psi hit, everything went to shit. Splinter and Firebrand went crazy. Splinter became delusional, and Splinter tried to shoot Hystrix, so Hystrix shot him. And he convinced everybody at the bar to go along with it. I say it seems like it, I'll think about what to tell Firebrand. And he says, if you don't tell Firebrand, if you tell him he never existed, I'll give you my gun. And I'll say, I'll think about it. I'm not going to think about it. I will be telling Firebrand his brother really did exist, because I want to get Firebrand's RPD so that I can see the differences for myself as far as the actual attachments go. So now we're going all the way back to Firebrand in the forest. So I will see you once we make it back over there. All right, we are back down to Firebrand in the swamp. I went through the tunnel and gathered enough evidence. It's true, Splinter really did exist. I found some crucial pieces of evidence. And he said he knew it. Hystrix lied to him. Maybe I should get out of the zone for a while. I need to process everything and bury my brother properly. Have you found a way to the radar? I found the passage you mentioned, but the tunnel has collapsed. He said, all right, I'm leaving the zone. I'm going to split my gear up among my friends, and you'll get some too. That'll come in handy, thanks. So you get Firebrand's RPD, 250 repair parts, 2 pouches of 7.62 armor piercing, and 10,000 rubles, and that ends the gig finale, and now you get Souls of the Dead, the end. And you say, good luck. We're going to run all the way back to the bar to talk to the captain. Then we will compare the difference between Firebrand's RPD and Hystrix's RPD. So I will see you guys here in just a second. All right, so we're back at the bar about to talk to Captain. Tell the story. That's for sure, though I never saw your Firebrand. And that ends Souls of the Dead, the end. Tell him good luck, Captain. And that completes that quest line. Now, I'm going to go back over here and see if Hystrix has anything to say or if he's gone now. Kind of curious what happens with that. Nope. Hystrix has nothing to say. He's whistling a song like nothing's wrong. That's the same thing that happens with Hystrix if you do it the other way and side with him. The only difference is Firebrand ends up there, sitting across from him. So let's take a look at this gun. Same magazine, 100 round mag. The tactical grip made from an AK. It's got the RPD tactical handguard. It's got a flash suppressor for negative 12% spread, 2 of the protective rails, and then the EOTech collimator sight. Which, I mean, I'm not a fan of this circle reticle, but this is not a bad gun. So let's see what it looks like alongside the other gun. I'm gonna have to level this one up to +3 real fast, because my other character has a +3 Hystrix's RPD. Let me do that real fast, and I'll see you guys here in a second. I'm going to be throwing up on the screen a side-by-side of Hystrix's RPD +3 and Firebrand's RPD +3, plus all the attachments, so that you can see the total breakdown of everything. That'll give you a little bit more of an informed decision to make. At the end of the day, is it really going to matter? No, they're both really good guns for free. Now, granted, if you're on the bandit side doing this, it's a little bit harder to get since you have to keep going back to the Stalker zones, but they are both very good guns. They're both going to melt PvE bosses because of the damage modifier on the LMGs. So at the end of the day, it's not really going to matter. It's just kind of personal preference. But if this video helped you out, go ahead and drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one, and I will catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.